U.S. Bank brings us stories of inspirational athletes who amaze us each week.
Aubrey, tonight we meet a team leader from the Campolindo football team who had to reinvent himself this season after a strange muscle ailment disrupted the season. At practice, Jackson Wheeler wears number 1. At games, he wears number 54 when he plays on the offensive line, and sometimes he wears number 82 when he plays receiver or tight end.
The fact that we have no backups at any position, Jackson has had to play 3 different line positions. That's what he's done both offensively and defensively. Every time someone's gone down, he's the only person we can turn to. And that's the irony of all this when we thought this was someone we wouldn't have available at all.
The reason Coach Macy thought Jackson might not play this season started during Jackson's junior year.
Before I was diagnosed, I wasn't really sure what was going on. I just experienced a lot of soreness and weakness and a drop in energy, and I kind of just fought through it for the most part, but eventually it just got so bad that I knew I needed to go to the doctor and figure out what was wrong.
What was wrong was Jackson suffered from mitochondrial myopathy, which causes permanent muscle problems.
The mitochondria, my muscles aren't functioning properly, and which leads to a lack of energy and leads to my muscles kind of being extremely sore and extremely weak and not able to recover.
During the spring practice, he looked great. He looked great at tight end. We thought, wow, we have such a weapon at tight end this year. The next thing you know, all of a sudden, his running ability it shrunk way down, and then it was just a slow process, hoping something would get better.
Jackson had dreamed of playing football his senior season at Campo and looked for ways to be a part of the team.
He said, hey, I'll move from tight end to the offensive line because I think it'll give me a chance to maybe not have to run as much. But then once we got into the season with the pads early in the year, it almost got to the point where he wasn't even confident with that.
It was a big battle to get back to be able to play football. I mean, I thought I was kind of ready to go a lot of times, and then my medical condition would kind of fight back and kind of get back at me, and I would have to kind of reset myself and reorganize myself to kind of go at it again.
Once the season started, Jackson worked out a program where he would practice just twice a week to give his muscles a chance to rest up for the games.
Well, I decided to step in at offensive line because I knew my team needed someone to step in. We needed someone to help contribute to the team. So I wanted to do everything I could to help out.
The plan worked, and Jackson was able to play on the line and help his team. The mitochondrial myopathy is something Jackson will have to deal with the rest of his life, but he's learning there are ways to handle it and still achieve his goals.
I mean, it's something I just have to live with, and I think I'll get through it, but just everyone has challenges in life, and I know I just have to get over mine.
So now Jackson plays every game, and now with the team's starting tight end injured, Jackson will have a chance to play limited time at that position.
He's the one person that led everyone into the weight room, the strongest, hardest worker. And also on top of it, we call him our moral compass of the team. You know, he had that quality of how well respected he was amongst his players, his teammates, coaches, everywhere he went. The respect level was so high for him. And if you're going to take someone like that out of a leadership role, we just knew that it would be such a drop for the whole program.
With a 4.0 GPA, Jackson plans to study computer science in college at a top university. Jackson is doing all he can to help the Cougars win this season. The team finished in a 3-way tie for first place and headed to the playoffs with an 8-2 overall record.
And hopefully he'll make an impact in these playoff games.
Yeah, and maybe a couple of catches at tight end.
Love it.
Yeah.
Thank you, Robert.